There's a great line in the show where Melchior says, Vendela, fathers don't beat their children anymore. And that was in 1891. And we are today, and people still think like, oh, well, no one is beaten or raped anymore, but people are. And abuse is really prevalent in society today, but not talked about.
A lot of kids think for themselves and have hidden lives from their parents. You know, their parents might think their kids are angels, but you know, they get to school and they turn into little devils. I think that's also prevalent in today's society as it was in past societies as well.
Abstinence-only education is what's being pushed. That's cool, but that doesn't really teach youth what consent is, or if you do choose to have sex, like how to do it safely, what the repercussions of it can be, and to raise boys and girls in a society where we don't address their sexual development is really dangerous to just ignore that and say suppressing it or just being abstinent is the only answer.
I spent a lot of time thinking about the educational system in the 1890s, what it was like to teach in a gymnasium. And a lot of these things that happen in the education system, we still have those common themes and those common problems today. Especially here in North Carolina, we have a lot of problems that we've got to face. I feel that as opposed to taking it out on the students like they did in the 1890s, we have a mindset now, we know where to direct our anger about the educational system.
The show asks a lot of questions that people don't necessarily want the answer to. And I find it interesting because Ernst doesn't really talk a whole lot. He only speaks if someone speaks to him. He's sort of like the audience where he doesn't want to know all the answers to these questions, so the audience can identify with Ernst, but he still needs to learn and awaken and grow and develop.
And it's coming to light with the Me Too movement, and people are starting to realize that it's okay to come forward. And so Ilsa is sort of this revolutionary, for her time, young woman, because she take steps to avoid her abusive situation, to get out of it.
The show also deals with a lot of medical history, a lot of abortion, things that are done illegally, family life. These themes you can still see today. You don't think about a father who beats his child and that child later commits suicide. You don't want to think that those things happen today, but these things still do happen. And I think that though this is an 1890, this is a timeless show. I think these things are always going to be prevalent in society, and I think it's important for our audience to understand that if this show makes you feel uncomfortable, think about why it's making you feel uncomfortable. Is there something that you've seen on stage that you've experienced? And these are the things that need to get the conversations going. We don't need to remain silent anymore. This show is to help you start having those difficult conversations with the people that you love.